Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Audrey. Welcome to my live stream. Today, I'm just going to keep on painting my cacti and succulents, and I'm going to choose one from this. Ow, just hit my head. I'm going to choose one from this book right here. If you're new here, please let me know if please let me know if you're new, first of all. Let me know in the chat or in the comments. This whole live stream started because I was doing a 100-day project, and that started back in March 2023. So it's been almost a year. I really can't believe it. And then the project ended in December 2023. But in the new year, I decided to keep going live because I felt like we were just kind of starting to bond here online, and I really enjoyed it. And I feel like it's good accountability for me. And, for me, the whole point of doing these is to just carve out time and space for me and for you to create, so just yeah, we all need that because I at least make a lot of excuses like I'm too busy, I'm too tired. And sometimes that is very true, but at the same time, sometimes we kind of just need to like do it, just like be disciplined and just get through it. So that's kind of what today or these live streams are about. It's not about putting pressure on yourself though, so if you do need to take a break, please don't misunderstand me, please take a break. But if you are finding yourself making excuses or you feel like you're in a creative rut, then that's why these live streams exist. So even if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments if that kind of resonates with you and if, these live streams are helpful. Yeah. Hi Keith, hi Linda, hello, hello. I know it's been a while. When I only go live once a week, I feel like I've missed out on so much. But anyway, let's see. So I added my stickers here last time. I still need one more sticker. I'm not sure what to put here, so we'll see. Quick update. I have some new tutorials coming out and they're super beginner friendly. So, if you're into watercolor, I think you'll really like these. So they're both Valentine's Day themed, super cute. So the first one is like those sweetheart candies that taste horrible, but look really cute. So you can just, put little messages on them. I know it's probably backwards, but let me do it in my overhead. That way you can see it better. There we go. So yeah, there we go. So you can choose lots of different colors. And the cool part is that I actually use my colored pencils. So if you caught my Caran d'Ache Pablo color pencils review, I have them right here in this jar. Yeah, I decided to bust these out and then I added some of those details there. And then the other tutorial, oh my goodness, I mean, come on. Like these are Valentine's desserts. So like cookies and donuts and yeah, they just look so good. So I added some metallic paint here, as you can see. I also use colored pencil for some of these details, and I'm really, really enjoying colored pencils. Can I just give a shout out for them again? Yeah. Um, okay. Oh, the little fox. Wait, where's the fox? Oh, I don't know where the fox is. Maybe you're thinking of one of my stickers. But I don't have my fox up here, so I'm not sure where you saw it, Linda. Let me know. Okay. Hello, hello. Yes. So these tutorials are gonna go live hopefully in the next week. I still need to edit them and do my voiceover, but I just had so much fun painting these, and so I hope you will too. If you're not into painting but just enjoy watching art, and you just want to support my shop, I have a whole lot of Valentine's Day cards and stickers available online too. So head to my shop, the link is in the description box. I hope you will find something that you like and that you can share and spread the love. All right. Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, you meant put the little fox in this little empty section. You're right, true. But because this is a cacti and succulent book, I kind of want to just put another cacti and succulent. So I really love my let me see, where is it? I really love my blue myrtle, the one that I did here. So I might put that sticker in that corner. Yeah. Yeah. I really like that one. That one's still probably one of my favorites. Yeah. Okay. So let's decide what to paint today. I was kind of flipping through this earlier and it was really hard to choose just because there's so many varieties. And at some point, okay, no shade to the cacti, but they kind of look the same. So let me see. I did find one that I thought about, and of course, I don't remember where it is now. Let me try to find it real quick. It was kind of like one of those, it kind of looked like one of these where it had like a thicker stem and then some leaves at the top. So let me, oh, there it is, there it is. Yeah, so I thought about this one because I thought like, yeah, it looked like a tree, but like a tiny tree. Like it just looks so cute. And so I thought these like long leaves might be kind of fun, and maybe I can add some shading with colored pencil. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But let me mark this. So page 140. Don't let me forget that. Let me maybe there's something else that might catch my eye too. I mean, what is this? String of hearts. Okay, so I did do string of pearls. Wow, this is really beautiful. I feel like I would have to really simplify this though. Otherwise, I will definitely get lost in all the details. This looks really cool too. I kind of like the red tipped leaves. That's pretty. It's called, or the common name is pig's ear or dog's ear. I didn't realize they were similar. Yep, and I did the string of pearls last time. This was really pretty too. I really like the color on this. Let's see. Oh yeah, and this still kind of has my attention too. Maybe I'll do that one next week. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Let's just, page 140. Let's just go with this one. I really like it. Oh, darn it. I forgot to tape up my paper first. Oh, there's my tape. Well, let me know how you guys are doing in the chat. You know, let me know what creative things you're doing right now. Here's the string of pearls from last week. Let me know if you're, you know, just kind of taking a break or what you're inspired by lately. I think that's always good to share, you know, just what inspires you, because you might find inspiration in something that I've never heard of or never tried. And I think it's important for us to always, you know, keep an open mind. Yeah, so let me know. So lately I've been doing, well, not now that the year is, you know, like really, really starting up, sorry if my head's in the way. I've gone back to, you know, teaching more workshops, and, you know, a lot of my workshops that are in person are held at local libraries, and the people who attend those workshops are like pretty much beginners, and you know, maybe some of them tried watercolors when they were much younger, but then as they grow older, you know, they have a career, they have kids, and they don't really have time to focus on art. But a lot of them express, you know, like wanting to get back into it. And so I love meeting new people in that way and kind of exposing them to the world of watercolor. And my most popular class is definitely the relaxing one, or the watercolor for mindfulness class. And it's kind of like what I do here. You know, we do a breathing exercise. We do some relaxing watercolor exercises, and like 9 times out of 10, probably every single time actually, not 9 times out of 10, every single time they always say something about, oh my goodness, I didn't know it could be so relaxing. I always thought watercolor was so hard. There's always comments like that. And so that just really makes my day, first of all. And it really shows me that there's so much to learn even when you're older, because again, most of these library attendees are usually retired or just older adults. Sometimes I teach teens. Oh my gosh, teenagers are a whole nother story. Can I just like get get some applause, or not applause, get some agreement about that? Yeah, teens are hard to teach. So if you're a high school teacher out there, a middle school teacher out there, props to you, because you guys are the heroes, as well as early childhood teachers. Okay, all teachers deserve a huge round of applause because teaching is really hard. They should definitely get paid a lot more. But anyway, but yeah, teaching teenagers is especially difficult, especially when you don't already have a relationship with them. I feel like when you teach high schoolers or middle schoolers, like the first, you know, couple weeks maybe is like kind of awkward because you don't know what they're like and they don't know you. But then after a while, you start to kind of build a relationship with them, build some, familiarity with them, and they don't see you as this like weird teacher, but they see you as like, oh yeah, that's my teacher. You know what I mean? So anyway, all that to say, like when you or when I teach library workshops for teens, it's always like I mean, I really enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I really do enjoy it. But there's always like that first 5 minutes where it's like really awkward. And I'm like, hey, have you tried watercolor? You know what I mean? Like it's really hard to start a conversation with teenagers. I don't know if it's because maybe they find me intimidating, or maybe I'm just not cool, and that's okay, But like I really have a hard time thinking about what I was like as a teenager and what I thought about older adults. I think I usually just thought, oh my God, they're so old, That's usually my first thought. So that's probably what they're thinking too. But then, eventually, like when it's time to learn, then you're like, oh wow, so it always takes like a couple minutes, like before we get there. But yeah, it's super awkward. I don't know how I got into that conversation, but thanks for listening. Okay. All right, let me just check in on the chat. Sorry about that. Keith, have you been affected by the snowstorms? Oh my gosh, it was pretty bad. So last weekend, so almost 2 weekends ago, we had the polar vortex. I know the east side, or the eastern side of the US, were hit pretty bad too. Yes, we got hit pretty bad. We didn't get like, like 5 feet of snow or anything like that, but we did get probably a foot, maybe a foot and a half or so. And yeah, it was definitely not fun, because as soon as it snowed, it then rained. And then the rain froze. Oh my gosh, I don't know where my drafting pencil is right now, so I'm just gonna use my regular mechanical pencil. But yeah, and then the rain froze, and then it just made the snow super, super heavy. And so my poor husband is like out there trying to shovel like wet snow. And if you know anything about wet snow, it is it is just a pain in the butt to try to remove really, really wet snow. So yeah, I mean he did it. He's a trooper, but I know it was really, really hard. Yeah, so I hope you guys are safe too. Um, yeah. Yeah, but now it's well, yeah, so during the polar vortex it was like, -degrees, and then it was yeah, just really, really freezing. And poor charcoal, like we thought about getting like boots for him, but he was not having it with the boots, so we gave up on the boots. I also don't have my kneaded eraser right in front of me, so that's why I'm dabbing my eraser like a weirdo. Yeah, so he didn't want to wear the boots, and so I felt really bad for him too. But yeah, Linda, you had snow last week and this week, and it was rainy. Yep, you live 1.5 hours above New York City. Yeah, like when you get that combination of rain on top of snow, that's when it like hits really bad. Yeah, that's not fun. Okay, let's see. What color do I have to do next? Is it blue? No. Oh, it is blue. Okay, shoot. Okay. So I haven't opened this in a while and I look like it looks like a really hot mess over here. So I'm gonna grab some white. I need to replenish some of the paint that's in my palette. Thank you, Linda. I am cool. Thank you. I'm just not cool to teenagers, but then again, who is cool to teenagers? You know what I mean? So I'm okay with that. How about you guys? Can we talk about that? What were you like in high school? You don't have to tell me what, what group or clique you were a part of, but maybe you can just tell me, yeah, hopefully it was a good experience. So if it's not a happy, thing, you don't have to share. But yeah, for me, I actually really enjoyed high school. I was one of those weird kids who like visited their high school after they graduated. But that was also because our one of our teachers encouraged us to come back and visit and then speak to his students. So so it was actually my AP chemistry teacher who invited his students to come back to speak to his senior class to just kind of talk about like, hey, what are you up to nowadays, and what kind of advice would you give to these students? And like if the student also happened to go to the school that you attended, it's a great way to kind of connect and then maybe try to meet up with them on campus later. So I went to a really small college, and so I don't think any of the kids I spoke to ever went to the same college as me. But a lot of kids, because I went to school in Illinois, a lot of the kids went to the state school or the Chicago schools, so that was just kind of common. But um, yeah, but it was just really cool to like, just speak to them and like kind of give them advice, but also like remind them like, hey, it's okay, like it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be nervous. Um, yeah, so it was a lot of fun. My high school was also huge. I don't know what huge high school is to, to other people, but my high school was about 4,500 students. And that's including all the grades, right? Um, Sorry, I'm just like trying to quickly do the background and I'm trying to lighten it with some water because of course I added way too much pigment again, even though I added a lot of white, I thought. Yeah, so my high school was about 4,500 students, and that was, yeah, pretty normal, but also really huge because I think on average, I think the average size was probably like just over 1,000. And so we were like 4 times the normal high school size. So again, I don't know if that's normal around other parts of the US, um, but to us in our area, that was a pretty big size. Yeah, and then so my graduating class was about 1,200 students, and that was just insane because it was impossible to get to know anybody, right? Like you try to make friends and then you're still meeting like new people. And then you meet someone else and you're like, "What? You're in my grade? Like I've never seen you before?" So unless you had the same classes or you did a lot of activities, like there was no way that you were going to like get to know everybody? Yeah. Okay, Linda, you were the jockette. Whoa, you played all of the sports in junior and senior high school. Wow, what sports did you play? Let me know, Linda. Keith, okay, you were an awkward nerd. Oh, kind of overweight with a bad haircut. Oh, high school was not your time. That's okay. Sometimes we're just like late bloomers, but honestly, nerds are the best. Like you guys are smart. I mean, I was kind of a nerd too, so I should count myself in that group. But like we're the smart ones, right? We're the ones who like yeah, get good grades and end up ruling the world, right? So don't be down on yourself. So I'm just trying to wipe off some of that excess paint. I played a couple sports in high school. Um, oh no, sorry, I only played one sport in high school. What am I talking about? I did POMS, which is kind of like cheerleading, but like the dance group. I did POMS in junior high, and then I did badminton in senior high school, and I did that every year except for my senior year, I think. I think because senior year, I got really involved with my choir and with my musical theater activity. So it was just like too much to do a sport on top of that. But yeah, like a typical Asian, I did badminton. um, Anyone else play badminton or any racket sports? I know pickleball is like huge right now. Maybe you played tennis growing up. Um, yeah, I never really enjoyed tennis. I didn't understand the appeal of like running so much just to hit a ball. I was like, what is this nonsense? Badminton was so much easier, right? You just kind of like take a couple hops and you're there. The court is way smaller, so I enjoyed that a lot more. Okay, this background is like terrible. It's like so inconsistent. And I blame myself obviously because I was trying to do it quickly and then trying to like lift at the same time. So that's okay. I can fix this digitally, thank goodness. But I really wanted the background to be light because like I didn't want the leaves to get, like lost in the background like I did with the fire stick candle, remember? Or the fire stick candle, fire stick cactus, right? So like I felt like the leaves, the colors just kind of got lost in the background. But, because I digitally edited it, I mean, look how like bright it came out, like just on the sticker. So yeah, anything's possible when you have Photoshop. Okay, so Linda, wow, you did tennis, basketball, softball, volleyball. Okay, you did like all of the ball sports. Wow. You did equestrian team. Oh my goodness. I don't think we had an equestrian team. You were the team captain of your senior year high school and college team in tennis. Oh my goodness. Okay, then follow-up question, Linda. Do you still play sports? Because that is very impressive. I feel like people who were very athletic in school are still somewhat athletic. They might not play all the sports, right? Because it might be harder to play like as you get older. But that's why a lot of tennis players now play pickleball, just because it's a little bit easier. It's a slightly smaller court. Yeah, but that's a lot. Oh, and you ran track. Oh my God. Okay, can you just name? I feel like it would have been easier for you just to name what you didn't do. I feel like the only sport you mentioned or didn't mention was like soccer or swimming or something. I feel like you did literally everything else. That is incredible. But yeah, let me know if you still do that. Because again, a lot of my friends who were very athletic in school are still athletic today, which is really awesome. I mean, we should be more like that, right? So for me, I definitely got lazy and then stopped kind of playing badminton because you have to have like really fast reflexes, and I was just not having it. Um, so yeah, so that was kind of hard. Hmm. I'm wondering how I should mix up this brown. I think something that I want to explore moving forward is maybe incorporating a little bit of watercolor into my practice. I mean, I I'm just kind of thinking out loud. I don't think I need to, but I thought about it because I know I can just water down, gouache, but something about watercolor because it's more um I don't know how to describe it. Like it's meant to be, luminous and translucent. I just feel like it might have a different different effect, but that might just take a little bit of practice on my part because I don't want to like force myself to add more like more media if I don't need to. Yeah. Like for example, I love kind of like mixing in colors like I just did here, you know? And I kind of like letting the colors really blend into each other and just, you know, let it happen. So, yeah. But I'm getting the same effect as I would with gouache too. So, I don't know, maybe I'm okay now. Yeah. Okay. Linda, you played in Joe's co-ed softball team at his office. Not much lately though. You were then and still am not 5'1". Oh, hey, I'm 5'1" too. Yay! Oh my goodness. Yay, shorties. Yeah, sports are hard, especially when you get older. Like you, it just takes longer to, you know, kind of bounce back from injuries or like you know that first sore feeling that you get when you stop working out and then you suddenly do it and then you're like sore for a whole day. Yeah, it takes longer and longer to recover the older you get, and it's a little depressing, but at the same time it's like kind of motivating because you're like, oh yeah, I should be like trying harder. Okay, sorry, I'm just waiting for this to dry. Okay, in the meantime, I'm wondering if I should mix up a color or if I should use my color pencils. Let's see. I really like this minty color, but it's a little bit too minty. I need like a grayish green. That's the only color that I don't have here that I wish I did. Hmm. You know what? I might just layer like a darker green on top. So let me do this one. Yeah. Or, you know what? I do have these pastel chalk pencils from Generals. There we go. Yeah. Well, this is a watercolor pencil, but I feel like this is close to the color I need. Ooh, maybe I'll use this one instead. Okay. Oh, there's my drafting pencil. Okay, this drafting pencil is literally one of my favorites. I know I should have used it today, but it is so cool. It's supposed to keep its point like really for a really long time. And so if you check out the latest video that I have, you can see that I did a whole bunch of mark making and it definitely kept its point. It is quite impressive. Okay, not many sports for people that are 67 years old now. Okay. I mean, you know, like I said, one of my friends, um, what's it called? She plays pickleball, and she's in her 50s, but she plays pretty hardcore, but she plays with a bunch of like older retired folks, you know? So I'm just saying there's no age, you know, limit as long as you are still able. I think it is totally, you know, you should go for it. Oops, this brush is way too big. But yeah, if you really enjoy tennis, Linda, I think you should try pickleball. Maybe if people haven't told you about it yet, you know. But yeah, I've heard really good things about it. So, okay. Oh, I love this like minty sage green color. It is so beautiful. So I'm just gonna lay down some shapes first and then worry about adding shadows and stuff later because it's again really easy to kind of get lost in all the little details if you try to like do it all at once. I'm starting with this one first and then doing the different leaves. And then I'll do the leaves that come out of this one later. Oops. Yeah, but you are never too old. I think just like, creative pursuits, like you're never too old unless you're like, I don't know, even when you're not physically able, I feel like people still somehow find a way. You know what I mean? Like it's amazing what people can do. So I'm not saying I'm not trying to force you, Linda. Sorry, please don't take it that way. I'm not trying to force you and say you have to, play a sport. I'm just saying like there are sports out there, and I hope you will find something that you really enjoy. Oops, I should have put this a little bit further to the left. Hey. Oh, I love how this is coming out. Okay. All right. Keith, how did you know that I am half British? Oh, your last name gives off Downton Abbey vibes. Oh my gosh. Can we just talk about Downton Abbey? I love Downton Abbey. Oh my goodness. Old people play that. I know, isn't this color beautiful? Yes. Actually, this was the inspiration color for my studio in the other room, and so I painted like this diagonal wall. Yeah. Linda, oh my goodness, you're also half French Canadian. Wow, very cool. I'm just a boring 100% Korean. But that's really cool. Do you also speak, like other languages? I'd be curious to know. Okay, so I like this pencil, but I don't like how it was coloring. So let me just, yeah, right? It's like, okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. I'm gonna try to see if I can add a little bit of details with this. Oh, actually, it's kind of hard. There we go. Here we go. Actually, I'm gonna do it with this pencil. There we go. I'm gonna use these sometimes too. Oh, you know what? That's what I was gonna do. I was going to use a darker green and layer it. I forgot about that. So let me do that real quick. Yeah, I like this darker green better. So I'm just gonna do that. But then I'll outline some of these later. I know this looks super weird right now, but that's okay. I'm gonna lean into it. So I'm actually just gonna outline some of these leaves so that I can see where I am. Um, oh, I took French in high school too. Very cool. Keith, when you were young, being Korean wasn't cool the way it is now. I know, right? Definitely. I think Asian immigrants definitely went through a season of, um, like being ashamed, unfortunately, of our heritage. And then, there was a weird period where we were like obsessed with our heritage too. So it's like this, um, yeah, just a weird time, I feel like. And I mean, now I'm as an adult, like of course, I'm thankful for who I am and my upbringing. But yeah, growing up, it was not cool. Mostly because we were bullied. So like it was like they were telling us to be ashamed of who we were. You know what I mean? And so that's not what you want to hear. And I love that nowadays. I mean, yes, Korean culture is like really cool now, but I think more than just like being cool, like I think food has a huge influence. I think once people started discovering, I know sriracha is not Korean, but I think sriracha kind of opened the door to people being open to different types of food, if you know what I mean. And it's especially Asian cuisine. And so that I feel like opened a lot of doors. And then when people started discovering gochujang, which is a red pepper paste, and then discovering kimchi, which is that fermented cabbage, I feel like then like all bets were off. Like people were just like obsessed with Korean food. And so yeah, I feel like that really helped. And now like all of my friends like love it. They can't live without it. Like they're cooking with it and I'm like, "What?" And some of them are like better at cooking with it than I am. It's just yeah, it's really cool. So, I think food really had a lot of influence and also really taught me about um not being ashamed, um, and really being proud of it. Because, yeah, there were times, I'll admit, where I didn't want to take my lunch to school, and I would tell my parents, like, I was literally that kid who would tell my mom, like, no, I don't want to take this to school. Like, I'll just buy, a pizza and fries, like, when I get to school. And, and I'm sure my mom had no idea like why I would say something like that. She's like, you eat this just fine at home, you know. But yeah, so I was definitely one of those kids. So whenever I see, moments like that in a TV show or in a movie, I'm like, oh, that's me. That's me. Yeah. Yes, exactly. K-pop. Yes, music for sure too. Absolutely. Yes, glad things have changed now. Yeah. And I think, just in general, like people are becoming more open and accepting and yeah, not just of Korean culture, but just like in general, and I think that's what we're meant to do. I think anyone is scared of change in the beginning. And so I don't blame people for being afraid. Because I think even um like even in Korea, like it's not common to see, foreigners that often. And so when that happens, like they have to like relearn like what that means too. They're like, wait, 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 like what do we do? Like what does this mean? And so I don't think it's just, Westerners like taking advantage or like bullying um Asians or anything like that. I think it can happen the other way too. Just whenever you're the minority, right? It doesn't matter who you are. Whenever you're the minority, there's always um yeah, there's just always dangers. Oh my goodness, I love these color pencils. Like they're just so creamy. Like do you see how little pressure I'm using? And ugh, it's just such a dream to work with. I'm just shading in like some of these branches just because I love the texture that the cold pressed paper kind of gives me. I am in love. Oof, oof. I love this. Okay. Ooh, I love Asian food too, Linda, of course. You could eat Korean food every day. Yeah, that's because we're Korean. Well, no. Actually, there are some Korean people that I know that can't eat Korean food every day. And I think it's just because they're not like they don't identify like Korean as their main ethnicity, if you know what I mean. Like they might have grown up in the US or were like born and raised and they're more Americanized than they are Korean. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that, whatever your upbringing is, I think that obviously has a lot of influence. Okay, I want to add some more texture and some more shadows. Like I love how deep these shadows are here. So, oof, I'm kind of like carving into the gouache. Okay, so maybe I should be careful. I'm kind of making it darker, or I'm kind of like shaving off little pieces. So you know what? I'll just use paint then to make these areas a little bit deeper. Yeah. Hmm. See, I told you it was like looking a little hairy at the beginning, but then you add a couple extra layers here and there, and then there you go. It looks a lot better. Yeah, actually today um I was craving Korean barbecue or like Korean barbecue chicken. I love Korean fried chicken. I could probably eat that not every day, but at least once a week. Like there's this one type of Korean barbecue sauce or chicken sauce that I just love. It's like sweet and spicy, but not very spicy where, you have to like chuck a gallon of milk, but just spicy enough. And then I love the like fried rice or the rice cake dish. Yeah, just any of those things. And so I was really craving that today. So I was like, and I texted my husband and I was like, hey, can we just eat that for dinner tonight? So that's what we did. I love that. Oh my goodness, these color pencils. Oh, I will never stop singing your praises. Ah, beautiful. Okay, I am going to do the tape peel. I loved our conversation today, just like food and high school and I think the only thing I'm embarrassed about high school is that um I went to high school in the 2000s, and so the style during that time, oof, it's regrettable. And so a lot of my photos from that time, like it's just cringe, You're just like, ugh, I don't know if I want people to see me like that. But yeah, there it is. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me clean up my area just a little bit. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, painting live is still very like daunting. Like, don't get me wrong. Oh, I love it. Okay. Yep. I had Korean fried chicken. But it was from the restaurant BBQ Chicken. So that's why I originally said Korean barbecue. So it's kind of confusing. But yeah. Ah, I love it. I love it. All right. So here it is. Mm, yay. It really is like a little mini tree. It's really cute. I feel like, yeah, I think it's really important that, you always take some time to like admire your work. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's not a painting, like, even if it's like finishing a project for work, and um, I think just like finishing something should always be something to celebrate. And even if you're not done with it, even if you like complete a milestone, like like part one of 5 parts. I think you should, not just you, but me too. I think we should like always kind of like pause and, congratulate yourself, maybe even reward yourself. And yeah, just kind of admire what you've done because you've made something out of nothing, and whether it was good or not, like you finished, and so anyway, so sorry, I was just like having a moment. I was like, oh, like, wow, I did that, and I think it's, yeah, just really important to do that. So, yeah, even, and I think that's why I think having this sketchbook like means so much to me because like like you look back on it, and again there are some pages where you might be like, ooh, like I don't know if that's my favorite, but then you come across one that is your favorite and you're like, oh yeah, that's why I do this, or that's why I really enjoy doing stuff like this. So yeah, just, yeah, I was just having a moment. I was like, wow, I really like it. I think the only thing I would do is just extend that blue background, to the left a little bit so that this plant is a little bit more center. So this plant is called the fan aloe. That's the common name. It says this unusual species grows as a shrub or small tree in its native South Africa. And even as a potted house plant, oh my gosh, it can grow up to 5 feet tall or 1.5 meters. That's pretty tall. It produces a woody trunk, yep, and spineless, strap-shaped, pale green to blue-gray leaves arranged in a fan shape. Yeah, so I feel like I got that, hence its common name. I love it. So cool. Okay, try the mid-70s with disco. You know what? But that time was pretty cool too, and you had some good music during that time. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me, you guys. You guys are always the best. Again, if you're catching the replay, please let me know in the comments, just what you thought, or if you want to contribute to the conversation about high school and sports and, whatever it is. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Next Wednesday is the last day of the month, so I'll be live then. And then I'll let you know which days I'll be live in February. I might have to jump around a little bit because my schedule isn't as consistent. So yeah, please stay tuned. You guys are awesome. Please stay safe. Please stay warm. Or if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, I guess, stay cool. I always forget, like, not everyone celebrates, or not everyone is in like the dead cold winter like I am, so I have to be mindful of that. But yeah, just be safe wherever you are. Keep creating, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday.